Is there a way to improve the quality of enterprise software documentation? Is there a way that does not include producing more documents? I think so. Hi, welcome to my first video blog. I have been thinking about this blog for some time. So let's take a look. What do we really document? We just do Java doc type documentation. If I have a class that is quite obvious, that is called customer accounts, I really do not need to describe that class much, do I? If I have a method that says get account total, that takes a parameter of account ID, if there is any need to write documents that describe what does the method do, we should probably talk to our HR about the quality of people we're hiring. The problem comes from different type of software. Get account total 1 and get account total 2. And one of them has some ambiguous parameter and one of them takes a timestamp next to the account ID. Why in heavens am I sending a timestamp? Well, there must be some reason. Odds are your interface is not designed properly. On YouTube, there is this great video by Evan Gower, a presentation about software documentation. I'm going to put a link to it in on my blog. Everybody should watch it. So now, let us talk about what we are not documenting. We never talk about why did we choose to write our code in one way or another. We never talk about the alternatives that we had and the choices we made and why we made these choices, which is very important for people who are going to look at our code in the future. We never talk about how our code can be used. We never talk about how our code can be viewed. We never talk about what is the first thing you do if you are going to troubleshoot our code. We never talk about the context of our code. We never talk about the important stuff because it is very hard to actually write these things. Video could be a great way to document your code. Now, granted, there will be some problems with video. Editing is not easy. Some developers may be camera shy. What is the benefit of video and how can we overcome these weaknesses? If we have the team sitting together, we get the first benefit of video. You can get the view of a group of developers who worked on a piece of software to give you collectively their views. And in a video, they can be together, they can actually interrupt each other, they can bounce ideas of each other. Within 30 minutes of recording, you will get a deeper understanding of what is happening in that software. I doubt you can get the same level of understanding by spending 30 minutes reading a document that the 3 of them or the 5 of them has been collaborating on for a week. So there is great savings here. Also, when you bring developers together, the person behind the camera can interact with them. You need the team lead, the scrum master, the architect to maybe run this conversation from behind the camera or from in front of the camera. And that will break the barriers and will get everybody talking, and it will break some of the shyness that we may suffer from. Another important thing is our ideas look great in our heads until we start talking about them. We sometimes discover, that doesn't sound so smart. Why did I do that? So maybe video is going to be one of these last checkpoints. Instead of documenting our problems, maybe it is better that we fix it. Let me give you an example. This is loading settings about your host number and port number. And these settings have defaults, which is localhost and 9080. Otherwise, we will have to load the settings. Where are we loading the settings from? We load them from the local storage, which comes from your browser. You can bring the code documentation in a full screen format. You can bring it here in this white section. You can have it linked into your source control management. You can say, pause the video here, click here, be connected to the source control management, look at the code, understand what's in it. You can have custom videos. You can have videos for troubleshooting. Where do you go for troubleshooting? You can have videos for users of your API. You can have videos for the things that you wanted to do that you didn't have the time to do and you think should be done. It is time we treat our code as a living creature that we nurture, that we communicate with. Now we treat it like a fossil mummified in some statement of work clause that just makes me shudder. Documentation is really important. We reflect bad quality in software development in the form of large documents. I think we can do a lot better. Video killed word star. What do you mean they will not understand that? Kill that.